Hi, I'm gonna try my best from my point of view to explain what's going on Earth as far as our climate and weather's changing because I feel we're hearing a lot for scientists, and I think that's amazing. Science is always going to play a big part of our lives, but I'm speaking from my personal spiritual um, guidance and path that I'm going through and what is being shown and told to me. And I feel it's really important that people get to express themselves and help others, especially those less fortunate that don't understand what could be going on. And I think we should all try and work together and find some common ground, to see what we all can agree on and find better solutions to problems on this earth to help for our children and their children, so there's a future for humanity on this earth. Um, so I just want to start by saying this is the first video that I've done, and I'll probably make some more when I feel ready. We are going through what I've been shown spiritually, and I've always been a spiritual person ever since I was little. I knew it, things are said and done, and people sometimes were taken aback, so I didn't really say very much. But I seem to be saying a lot more these past few years, and I just feel that my voice should be heard, just like other people's voices should be heard. So, what we're going through, what I've been showing is a cycle. So every 26,000 years we go through a cycle here on Earth. This is the first cycle this is the fifth one, but the first one that humans have been alive during this cycle. So scientists have already proven that waxing and waning of the Arctic ice has already happened. So the ice has been there, melted before, and came back. Science has already proven this. I think I've read a page on it, and I think they've proven it 3 times. But don't quote me on that. But it has been proven either way. This has happened before. What I've been showing is what we've put into the air. The CO2 emissions has caused our air to become very polluted, and this is making the ice melt faster than expected. Now, I did say this to somebody, and they said to me, asked me who I was, I needed a title, to be a scientist or something like that. I never even said I was a spiritual person or nothing. I just said it was my personal opinion, and that's all I said. But I knew what I told them will be in their minds. So the ice is melting quicker than expected because of what we've put in our air. But either way, the ice was going to melt anyway, but it's just melting faster than expected because of what's in our air. So we as a humanity have to take steps forward to clean our air up and make things fresher and better for everybody, right? That makes sense, okay? And so I was shown that there will be solutions to those problems. Us, in our consciousness, we will make better decisions. Sometimes we will make 2 steps back in order to go a step forward, okay? That's because our climate is changing. So some things that people didn't expect are going to happen. So we'll need to go 2 steps back sometimes in the things that causes the pollution in the first place in order to get us through till the new technology, new solutions come that don't have the harmful byproduct come. Then things will, start to get better for everybody. So yeah, a win-win. So I was also showing that, what else was I showing? Yeah, I was showing that where the rain is falling is different from the past. So with climate change, we are going through this cycle, and because our consciousness has changed, the energy of the planet's changing. So therefore, where the rainwater would normally fall, it's not really going to be falling there anymore. So where they've built the reservoirs and things like that, those won't really be able to sustain in this new energy, because the rain will be falling in different places. So for instance, where people's houses have flooded, one time, then they flood it again, well, that's a good indicator of where the water's going to be falling. So if your house probably flooded, during the winter time, the really bad times, there's a very high chance that your house is possibly going to flood it again. So just keep an eye on where the water's falling, and use your own common sense, What else was the showing? Yeah, I was showing that some animals will go, like, be extinct, if you want to use that word, but new animals will come in to this planet. So it's not the end, there will be other, and we do, that's another thing, we do need to protect as animals as much as we can. I used to eat meat, and I haven't ate meat probably in about, I'm only guessing, roughly about 4 years now, maybe a bit more than that, but 4 years, say. So yeah, hang on, I get this off my screen. Right. So yeah, what else? We, our consciousness shift is changing Earth. So, what I was showing was Earth's going to be okay. It's still going to be here. The dinosaurs, whenever they were extinct, they were going through a cycle, So Earth's still going to be, it can sustain it still, it'll be fine. But as for the humans on Earth, unless we take action in making sure our air's a lot cleaner, and there is technology for that, like, we'll probably see more of the tars, sucking in the air and cleaning it, in these big cities. They've got them already, but we'll probably see more of them. Real-time desalinization, of the seawater, because fresh drinking water will be the next gold. I was shown that, I was told that, and yeah, so that'll be another thing. So also I was shown that the UK and probably most of the north of the equator will, the temperatures are increasing because the earth is warming itself up, but what we've put into the air has caused more of a increase in that, causing the ice to melt. But then eventually the earth will start to cool down, and I'd say we would probably we will be seeing this, actually. I'd say a majority of us will see this in the next 20 years. Will he seen quite a bit. In the north of the equator, will start to cool down, so we'll see a lot of snow, ice. Like, I've taken precautions in my own home. I've put on a new back door because the amount of air that, from outside getting in was unbelievable in drafts. And I'm getting in a new front door that should be sufficient for cold weather. Getting off grid was another thing I was showing. Getting off grid's going to be so important because the grids won't be able to sustain themselves. So I've bought things like super surge. I'm buying a stove soon whenever I get money to do so. So all I can do is tell you what's going on in my, and then whenever things start to happen, you can see it for yourself. I was showing that the earth, the sea, is like, we're to look at it like a fish tank, and that fish tank, your own fish tank, needs to be cleaned every so often or it becomes stale, you know. And our sea is just like a big fish tank. That's the way I was told to look at it. And in this fish tank, it's become stale and it needs cleansed and cleaned and rejuvenated. So we're going to see, you know, more fish again. And people have said, that's another thing I want to point out, people have said about the coral reefs fading in colour. Yeah, I was shown that that has happened. That's a warning. Whenever you see that, that is a warning that the change is happening. So for the next 26,000 years, we'll be aware of this, hopefully. And people also document it to know that yes, this is a sign we're going through a cycle and we need to be prepared for this change. And I would love to see people like me, spiritual people, working with scientists, you know, and you know, and just trying to get the best solutions to problems and help people. You know, I feel it's so important to help people and make things easier, as easy as possible for people, you know. So the sea is like a fish tank and it's being rejuvenated. And up in the north, like Alaska and that, there'll be, remember we were hearing about the shortage of fish and stuff. Well, now fish are actually jumping into boats because there's that many fish. So there's going to be more fish because we need to eat. So that's the earth, Mother Earth, Gaia, you know, Gaia helping us make sure that we've got enough of food, and God guiding us and helping us to make sure that we've got food to eat during this change, you know. So this is going to be happening as well. Again, I don't eat fish, but that's another thing. Don't live in fear. If you live in fear of these changes, what's going on Earth, you will find it harder. You will find it so hard. Yeah. And then another thing I was showing was people who were probably more into dark energy and didn't know any better. You know, they aren't necessarily bad people. They just don't know any better, you know? And they are going to be revealed more for who and what they truly are, you know, more and more in this new energy. So that's, you know, see that as a positive. You know, I was shown that child traffickers and stuff like that, all this is being shown in the public eye more and more because the light is shining a light on these areas that we need to fix first in order for us to move forward into a better earth, an earth that we've always dreamed of, you know, peace and harmony and more love and compassion. We're showing there's still going to be agreements and disagreements, and that's just part of human nature, where we're all born to be different. And it's just, sometimes you have to agree to disagree, and sometimes you just have to, you know, just say no, and sometimes silence is the best answer, you know. But we will find a common ground, you know, and things will be so much easier than what they were before, you know. So I like to try my best to focus on the positive, and so hopefully this can help some people relax, take precautions. You know, like the people who live in the south of the equator will probably be getting warmer temperatures, you know, seeing higher temperatures, you know, during this as well. In the north at the minute, like the UK, we are seeing higher temperatures than normal. So this is all perfectly the way it's meant to be, except the fact that ice in the Antarctic is melting quicker because at a faster rate than expected because of what we put in the air, you know. So I think changes, like myself, I've just made, you know, changes throughout the years in my life, and probably this you know, this past year I've made even more changes, you know, so you can do many things, you know. And I hope this helps explain kind of what's going on, and we will get through this. And do not panic and do not fear anything, because God is love, and it's so much. God is so much nicer. God's source universe, whatever you want to call it, is so much nicer than what people has led a lot of people to believe. And I just follow your heart, you know, pray for guidance, ask for help. There's more help here on this earth than there's ever been before. Okay, thank you, and you'll maybe see something from me sometime again. Thank you, bye.